apologies about that. If you were waiting to join that, I'm not sure what I did there. I pressed something, and it kicked me out of my own stream somehow. I'm not quite sure what happened. But yeah, it seems to be on now. So yeah, I do apologise about that. And oh. Okay, so right after that slight mess up, I'm currently working on these guys. It's a big group of scions and quillons that are part of a commission that I'm working on at the minute. So yeah, and I've got one of my very rare empty houses, or a bit of an evening to myself. So I thought I'd jump on here and see if anybody was about. So yeah, it's not going to be, I'm not doing anything massively exciting. It's just a lot of batch painting and kind of working through getting these initial sort of base coats down. So yeah, it's nothing too exciting, but it's kind of one of those necessary steps. I'll give you an idea of kind of what we're going for. It's going to be something similar. This guy's not quite finished yet, but you kind of get the idea. So it's kind of very dark grey fatigues and black armour and just a few little spot colours and stuff. So he's not quite finished yet, but you kind of get the idea. They kind of, the colours kind of show up a little bit more in real life, to be fair. But so yeah, there's 10. How many have we got here? There's about 15 of them, and then a couple of slightly converted commissars as well. And then this is half it, and then there's a load of Kazakin and stuff as well, but I'm kind of they're going to be slightly different colours and stuff, so I'm sort of working through this lot first. And it's going okay actually so far. Sort of getting through them reasonably quickly, but it's just this slightly boring stage where you kind of just getting base coats down. But I've done more than half of them at this point. Kind of at this point, I think there's about 10 of them that need this step doing. Sorry, just checking my other screen. Yeah, and yeah, apologies. It's vertical, the video. I was intending on doing it horizontally, but my the phone sort of I'm not quite sure what happened. That's why I got kicked out at the beginning, because it suddenly jumped and started messing me around. I need to get a proper dedicated setup for doing this sort of stuff. It's all a bit not the most professional setup here at the minute for this, or for doing live streaming anyway. But there you go. But yeah, I hope you're all well. And it's nice to... Oh, yep. There we go. First comment. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. And if you're new to the channel, again, thank you very much for sort of for finding or for subscribing and everything the last couple of days. I got a video up for the first time in a few weeks, and had quite a lot of new people turn up, so it's quite nice. So yeah, so thanks for, if you're new here, thank you very much, and if you're not new here, thank you very much as well. So as I said, it's kind of we're just working through these, and I'm quite enjoying it actually. It's quite a nice scheme to work on. Blacks and greys are quite always quite fun to paint, and I find anyway. And it's good because there's not a huge amount of different colours on them, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get through them relatively quickly. Not that they're being rushed or anything, it's just when you're doing batch painting like this, you want to kind of work out the most efficient way of getting through them. Hence why everything's been sprayed black first and then done that way. Yeah. And yeah, nice to work on something different as well. So I've been working on my Gene Stealer cults and stuff for quite a lot recently, and so it's good to get, nice to do something different. Yeah. How's everyone? You've all had a good day, I hope? Not working too hard? Anyone working on anything at the moment, or painting while you listen to me rambling? I had quite an eventful couple of days. My daughter is 16-month-old, and she fell over and hurt her leg and ended up in the hospital yesterday. Nothing serious, thankfully, but the doctor kind of wanted to get her checked over because I thought maybe she might have potentially broken a leg or something, or done something enough to hurt her leg to warrant an X-ray. So yeah, so that was fun. I do schoolwork while I listen. Oh, okay, that's good. Thanks for joining. Don't let me distract you though. If you're supposed to be working. Basically, it's kind of, I'm not being too precious about this. This is going to kind of get tidied up later. I just want to get that base coat, the grey, down. Just some finishing touches. Oh, that's good then. That's good. That's what you want. That's the stage you want to be at. So yeah, once that grey's down, that'll get highlighted up and then washed and stuff. But as I say, it's a little bit rough and messy at the moment. But it's just getting those colours on, and then I can go back and do tidying up and make everything look pretty. And yeah, well, as I said, thanks for joining me. I say this every time I'm on one of these streams, but yeah, I don't get to do this very often because the house is always full of people and whatever. So it doesn't happen that often. I'd like to kind of get more of a regular schedule doing this because I quite like talking to people and it's fun. Poco, hello man. Just some nids working. Oh, some nids, nothing exciting. Oh yeah. Thanks for joining. Which Tyranids you doing? I really must go back and do some work on mine at some point, but I've been put on the back burner. But yeah, it's been nice actually. The last week or so, I set up a Discord server for the channel, so I've been it's been nice. I've been really enjoying that actually. Being able to jump in there and chat with people and stuff. So this is kind of an extension of that, I suppose. It's nice being able to actually talk to people. I try and reply to all the comments and things, but it's nice actually to speak to somebody properly, rather than just comments. Custom High Fleet. Oh, did I see pictures of that? I can't remember now. Maybe. I'm not sure. What colours are they? Did you put pictures of those up? I can't remember now. I do like painted Tyranids. They're fun to paint. Well, my scheme anyway is it's very, very fast, so I can get through them very quickly. But there's something nice about painting like organic things, rather than well, like this sort of stuff, I suppose. It really lends itself to kind of dry brushing and airbrushing and stuff, and it's quite forgiving. I quite enjoy them. It's fun. I'm not trying to start this. Oh, you only start this evening. Okay. What are the colours? What are you going for? You have to stick some pictures up so I can see them. Yeah, as I said, yeah, a bit of an eventful couple of days. She's fine, thankfully. She didn't even. She was feeling much better by the time they left the hospital and stuff. So that was good. Really grotty this evening though. She did not want to. Yeah, she needs to be in bed. Joys of having children. And the other two, I think, are probably still awake upstairs. We'll see. Yeah, I've been kind of putting some plans together for another project and looking at selling some bits and pieces and selling an army and using it to fund another one, because it's been sat in a box for, I don't know, a good few years now, and it's maybe time to do something different. So I've got a big old Cadian guard army, and it's fine, it's all good, I'm happy with it. It's just I'd like to do something different, so I think I'm trying to shift that, and that's what I've been doing this week, kind of putting some plans together for what I want to do something different this year. Very dark green, as far as I've got. Kids do bounce back pretty quickly. So yeah, I think she's fine. I think the doctors maybe. I suppose they're just taking precautions, aren't they? I guess. But yeah, she'll be fine. It's the worst though. That it's only obviously nothing. It's not life-threatening, but I've been in and out of bloody hospital with all three of them the last couple of years. It's not fun. That's better one. Yeah, so the plan is to sell that army, and then use the money to start a Krieg army, I think is what I'd like to do, and get all the sort of heresy era tanks and vehicles and stuff, and use them, and do a bit of converting and stuff for the weapons and things, and making it all get the right crew in there and all that stuff, That's the plan anyway. But I need to sell the other one first, because, well, A, I can't afford it, and B, I can't have that many armies, Can't have those many big collections. It's too much. They just sit there and don't get used. It's a waste of time. So yeah. one in, one out sort of thing. It's getting through the, knocking these out relatively quickly. Once this base coat's down, I can then start on the lenses, which I've already started on these ones. That's the sort of the first bit, and then that kind of very slight glow. It's nothing too crazy, but it's, again, it does look better in real life. You can see it more, it's much brighter. Something about being on the camera, it doesn't really show up as well, but I think this, just getting these base coats down, is probably the most time consuming bit. Once that's done, the highlights and stuff are quite quick. So yeah, I feel quite confident I'll get these done. They won't be hanging around for too long. I don't like to do that if I do my best kind of when I'm painting stuff for other people to try and get them done quite quickly, because I don't like the idea of them sitting there waiting for them. It's easier said than done sometimes, but where's that paint gone? Oh, there's over here. There we go. I can never find anything in here. This part I'm struggling with getting the base coats down. Oh, okay. What are you painting? It is the hard. It's the hard bit. I think it's the boring bit. It's the bit I don't like doing. Is putting base coats down. So I try and find scheme or paint schemes for my stuff that I know I can, get through that quite quickly. So nothing too complicated. Or if I can do as much of it with an airbrush first, that sort of thing, to speed it along. Space Marines, or any particular chapter or colours or anything? So again, Space Marines can lend that quite well to getting those base coats down, depending on what colours you go for. Because if you can choose a colour or choose a chapter that you can get a spray, if you don't have an airbrush, obviously, or if you can get one that's going to get a nice spray paint, so you can do all of that armour base coat in one go rather than brush painting it on or whatever. That certainly helps. Paint schemes blood ravens, but lime green, so red. Oh, okay. That sounds pretty cool. So what are you struggling with as far as the base coating is concerned? What you're finding is slowing you down? Or what colour? Or what bit of it is fiddly? Or my Marines, it's just the highlighting the armour. That's the bit that takes all the time. That's where I just get. Yeah, that's the bottleneck, is trying to do that. It takes hours. It's just boring. Okay, yeah. No, I know what you mean. It's that you have to just kind of, try and push through it, I suppose. I know exactly what you mean. Thing is, what you can do is break it up a bit by saying, if you've got 10 of them that you're working on, do 5, get those base coats done, and then do something else on them, do some detailing or do something. Then go, once you've done that and had a break from doing the base coating, go on to the other 5, or do it in 3s. Do 3 base coats, do some detail, do the base coats on the next 3, and go back and kind of so you're jumping back and forth between them, and that way you're not necessarily you're not doing the same thing over and over again for, you know, hours or days or however long it is. You know, you can kind of, you're still batch painting them and you can get through them that way, but you're sort of giving yourself a bit of a break and you're not just doing the same thing over and over again, which is that's the thing that will, well, with me anyway, that's the thing that kind of takes away your motivation to do it. So I like to kind of try and break them up a little bit and not just do the same thing or working on the same bit over and over again, you know. But, you know, this is one of those things, this is just part and parcel of army painting, which is what I tend to do, so. It's worth it in the end, though. It is worth it when you've got a big old collection of stuff that you've painted and it's all done and you can put it all together and see it all there. It's worth the time that it takes. It's very satisfying having a fully painted army. Definitely worth the time, I think, anyway. And it should be fun. It shouldn't feel like it shouldn't. I know it does sometimes feel like a chore, but it shouldn't do. It's meant to be a hobby. It's meant to be fun. So always got to try and think about that. If you're not enjoying it, or take a break, you know, and that sort of thing. If it becomes too much work, it's not worth doing. So yeah, lots of plans for another collection of stuff, which I'm quite looking forward to. I kind of did a where is it? I was working with some mock-ups, and this is kind of, I think, what I'm going with, but not necessarily with the head swap. Probably with just the the normal gas mask head. I do like the way it looks with the different head on there, but if you need to paint like 60 of them, that's quite a lot of it's a lot of extra work to do the head swap. So I don't know, I don't know, because I do like it. I like the way it looks, and it just makes them stand out, look a little bit different. But it'll be a lot of work, like, just because it doesn't seem like that much, but these guys, the Krieg ones, have got this weird sort of half neck thing built into where the coat joins, so you can't just stick a head on. You have to cut into it and remove a load of plastic and stuff, and then you have to adjust the ball joint on the head as well to get it stick in there. So it's not just a straightforward head swap and just stick it on. So if potentially I'm doing 60 or 100 of them, then yeah, it's a lot of extra work. You could only do I mean, that's the thing. I could potentially do like a squad of them, as you say, or whatever, but we'll see. I'm still working on that. I'm quite happy with the colours, though. I'm quite happy with how that came out. So that's kind of what I'm going to maybe do, a couple more tests and stuff to kind of work out exactly if there's any other alternatives. But I think at the moment that's what I'm going with. So that's the next thing. And all the old style heresy tanks and stuff, and to go alongside them. So yeah, but need to get everything else up to date and finished and whatever first. But I'm quite looking forward to that. It'd be nice. And I'm kind of breaking one of my own rules. Well, the plan is to break one of my own rules as well. So I try to avoid buying you know, like buying like a whole army in one go, or buying like loads of stuff in bulk and having a massive pile of stuff that needs doing, and then losing the motivation to do it. So I tend to kind of buy, you know, a few bits at a time. But I think if I'm going to do it, it's going to be a lot of airbrush work, and so I think I'd like to just buy the lot, you know. We do a custom paint for the Queensman. Yeah, so that's essentially, if that's what I'm thinking, is this. That's going to be the scheme. It's kind of like a greeny car, sort of it's got like a yellowy tint to it, like a kind of like a khaki colour. I'm not sure how well it shows up compared to real life, but yeah. So, yeah, I don't want to do, you know, the sort of the normal, the like they normally have sort of like the blue coats and stuff, which looks cool. You know, I do like it. It's sort of very much First World War French uniform, I think. But yeah, they do something different. I do like the way that looks, but I always try and do something. I like to work out my own things first before I do it. Just because I quite enjoy that. I quite like sort of trying to work out my own way of doing something first and then using that. So that will, assuming I can get everything I need to do it anyway, that'll be something I think I'll do some filming for and stick it on the channel and have updates and whatever. And yeah, I need to have a bit more of a regular schedule. I'm trying to work out sort of ways that I can get more videos out a bit more often, you know. Find it's time's the killer. That's the thing I don't have. So yeah, lots of plans, lots and lots of plans in my head. So trying to you know, commit to it and get stuff done. And yeah, as I said, if as I did mention it earlier, but if there's anyone watching that's kind of new to the channel or hasn't had a look at it yet, we've got a Discord server now, which has been really good. I've been enjoying that. It's a nice little group of people so far, and some of it is sort of members only, because it was originally sort of part of the perks of being a channel member, but there's a few bits in there that are open to anyone. So if you'd like to come and have a look at that, there's some nice people in there and people sharing pictures of their work and stuff and having a chat and whatever. So yeah, it's been fun, and it's kind of been, yeah, it's been good because there's been a few people that have joined up that I've actually met, that I know in real life, that I have met, and so it's nice having them in there as well. And a few people that I occasionally meet up with for games and things, or haven't done for a while, but do need to do that. It's really annoying. I was meant to go up to an event last week or weekend that's just gone up in Stockport at Element Games, and I had to cancel it, which is really, I'd been waiting for that for ages. I was really genuinely looking forward to it, but I had to last minute kind of thing, had to sell my ticket and pass my ticket on to somebody else, and then not go. I was going to meet up with a few people, but there you go. Next time. It was just too soon after Christmas. I think that was my problem. No money and everything, and couldn't justify it. Next year though, definitely next year. Definitely next year. Again, that's something I'd like to do this year a bit more, is like actually playing games, and because I don't do that enough. The painting side is definitely my favourite bit, but I do like playing a game. It's fun, but just not something I do enough. I think it's just you need to find the right people to do it with, because I'm not like a competitive person in the slightest. I've no real kind of. I'm not particularly great at the game, and I enjoy doing it, but I'm not very good at it. I don't do it enough, and I don't. What's the best way of saying it? Not that I don't care, but I'm not competitive. I suppose, yeah, I'm just not competitive. I'm not that guy. I'm not kind of. Nothing wrong with that. Obviously, I know people get a lot of enjoyment out of that. Going to tournaments and doing all that sort of stuff, and kind of building really competitive lists and doing all of that. That's great if you're into that sort of thing. But it's not for me. Nothing enjoying the game with the right. No, yeah, I think so. Enjoying it with the right people, because I think that's the thing. It's like if you're wanting to play it really competitively and doing all of that, then that's great. As long as the person you're playing against is into that, and vice versa. I mean, I kind of when I just like sort of very casual. I'm not into all of that stuff. But again, as I said, if you are, then that's what you enjoy, then that's great. Oh, 1 minute. Somebody's making noise. 1 second. I'll be back in 1 moment. Right, sorry about that. As my daughter kind of, she's definitely not feeling 100%. She's got a bit of a cold, and she's just woken up a little bit with lost a dummy, which she needs in her mouth to sleep. So I'm hoping she'll be right now. 9 times out of 10, once she's got that back, she'll be fine. She just don't think she could find it in the dark. As babies go, she's very good. She's a very good sleeper. Most of the time, she doesn't wake up. It's quite rare for her to do that. But we'll see. Yeah, so I don't know. There's most of the base coats are done on these guys at the back, and then this is this lot, and then going back in and doing the detailing and stuff, and then all the basing I'll do all of the basing in one hit once all the Kazakin that are going with them all done. So just do that all in one go. Keep it all consistent. But I still don't know. I think it's probably going to be a good few weeks, I would have thought, until they're done. But as I said, the scheme is quite forgiving in terms of time. Which is always important when you're painting lots of them. Trying to think there's anything else going on at the moment. I haven't really been keeping on top of stuff. I did see that trailer for the Starties thing, the follow up to that, which does look very good. I'm quite looking forward to seeing that. But I think it's a way off. I think they said 2026 that was going to be out, I think. But it looked good though. Trailer looked great. Just hoping it's going to be, I don't know, a bit longer maybe than the first one. Just because I really enjoyed the first one, and then it wasn't sort of long enough, you know, once I wanted more. It does look very good though. So yeah, that was good. What else? All the new Eldar stuff that came out, that all looked very nice. I've never owned any Eldar. But I would quite like to give, I don't know, maybe buy one or two of the characters just as a painting project. I don't think I would want to do a whole army of them, but they nice stuff though. All the new ones are very nice. As I said, yeah, never owned any. But yeah, too many other projects to be doing that. But I've seen some genuinely amazing stuff on Instagram. People painting up the new ones. I think those Eldar ones, they really do lend themselves to being, you know, painting projects. You know, so you can really go to town on. Maybe one day. Maybe once I'm freed up a little bit more. As it starts, I only buy one. Yeah, I know. I've been really good actually, though. I've got to say, I've not bought. I've been into the shop like three or four times now since since Christmas, and I haven't bought anything apart from a couple of paints. Been very disciplined involved for the last 12 months really. Barely bought anything. But this is it. I just wanted to clear everything down and not have any backlog before I bought anything else. You know, sort of just get rid of all the stuff that needs doing and have it all finished and actually have nothing no sort of backlog or anything. So yeah, which is why I'm giving it all away. In what, a couple of months, I think it is. I've got like 2 months left. End of March, I think it is. And then somebody gets it all. Which would be quite nice. Just to have a fresh start, you know. But yeah, I've been quite disciplined and not bought anything, or very, very little anyway. How's that giveaway pile of shame doing now? Okay, it's not doing too badly. There is a lot there still. I'm never going to get it all done. Someone's getting some stuff. It's just not even remotely possible that it's all going to get done. I'm concentrating on trying to finish off the infantry bits that have already started. You know, where I've got like 3 guys out of a 5-man thing finished. You know, that sort of thing. So I don't end up with a load of mismatched bits. But yeah, I was never going to get them all done. It's just not feasible. So, as I said, someone's definitely going to get some, some bits, quite a bit, I would have thought. But yeah, once I get this commission out of the way, then that's going to be the next thing, is to try and just work through that and get as much done as possible. Gene sealers are pretty much all done now, and the gene sealer cult stuff is all pretty much done. I've got some tyrannies that need doing, but I think I'll be able to knock them out in a weekend because they're easy. It's the Marines, the Space Marines. Take too long, but it'll be fine. I don't mind. I'm quite looking forward to just getting to that point, drawing a line under it and passing them on, and starting something new. And just not having any backlog would be great. Because I know it doesn't bother lots of people, but it really bothers me. It really makes me feel stressed. And it shouldn't do. But there's something about having all that stuff sitting there that needs doing, and I don't know what it is. It bothers me. So yeah, get rid of it all. Start again. I just think it'd be really nice to go and just buy a kit and come back here and have it on this, and know that was all I had to work on. There was nothing else, no loads of stuff that I've got to get done in the background, you know. I just think that'd be quite a nice feeling. Because some sort of obligation rather than hobby, perhaps. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like I get like, yeah, it does, and I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be able to just concentrate on one thing and not feel like I've got this massive mountain of stuff that needs painting. And I know it's not the end of the world. You know, it's not necessarily a bad thing to have it there. It's all sitting there waiting to be done. But I don't know. I think if I've got something that's still sitting there with grey plastic that I've had for like 3 years, and it still hasn't been painted, it's not going to get painted. So I'd rather just get rid and put my effort into something that I don't know, that I've got more kind of enthusiasm for at the time. yeah, I just kind of amassed loads of stuff, and well, it's not loads. It's not. I mean, compared to what I know some people have, it's really not that bad. It's not. It's not like I've got like shelves and shelves and shelves of stuff. But yeah, I kind of collected up all the stuff over the years and then didn't really do anything with it. And then I get halfway through something and I get another idea, something I'd like to work on, I'd like to try, and then I move on to that, and that other thing gets put to one side, and yeah. Greatly enjoyed your video on the War Mag boxes. Have you found a used and equivalent solution for paints? Like if you have kids and leave them out even on high shelves, ask for trouble. I'm okay with that. My two elder kids, so they are 5 and 7. The two older ones, the boys, they, for whatever reason, have never shown. Not that they have never shown any interest in it, but they've never like taken anything off my desk. It's kind of like there's been this unwritten thing. I've never told them that they're not allowed to. They just never do. I don't know what it is. It's weird. It's just like this thing that just sort of, I don't know, just seemed to happen organically as they've got older. They've just never. The only time they've come to my desk is obviously when they're coming to talk to me, but also I'll come home from work or whatever and find a broken toy or something that's been left on my desk because I'm the guy who has to fix all the broken stuff. So they leave things on there. But yeah, they've not really ever. I've never had that issue, and I've got my daughter's wandering around now. She's 16 months. I said 18 months in that video because I wish I brought her up in it, but I don't know why I said that. Just I got the date wrong. But yeah, 16 months, and so she is. Yeah, she's a bit more curious, you know. So, but I do have the desk is very deep. It's quite, and all the paint and all the stuff is right at the back. There's nothing under the desk, and everything's back here. So there's no, and it's quite high up as well. So there's no way that anybody can get anything up here. It's only if I were to drop something on the floor or whatever. But I try to keep everything back there. But as I said, the other two, I can leave it, and they don't really show too much interest. Or well, I don't say not interested, but like not. They just don't do it. They can be really naughty sometimes, but they never have touched anything on my desk. I don't know what it is. They're just kind of, it's like this unwritten rule. But yeah, it's a it's a concern. I made a point in that video of sort of pointing out my thoughts on those tiny little magnets and stuff. Because if a kid swallows a couple of those magnets, that's like a guaranteed, or pretty much guaranteed, you're going to hospital and you're having an operation to get them out, because they can be really dangerous. And yeah, you can put them in, you can keep them to one side and put them in boxes and stuff, but it doesn't take much to drop one and lose it and not find it again, and someone's put it in their mouth and whatever, and I don't like it. But God, to tell you what, the amount of people that took it upon themselves to comment on that video, having a go at me about it and about my parenting abilities, was just kind of ridiculous. I thought. I think I don't know what it is. Something changed with that video when it went up. I've never had any negative comments before, ever. Not had a single negative comment since I started this. It's about 18 months ago, I think I started the channel. And that one video goes up, and all these slightly odd people decided to start having a go at me about it. But there you go. But yeah, so sorry, back to what you were saying. Yeah, I'm what? Leave that on a high shelf. Asking for, yeah, this is the thing. It's like I do my best to kind of keep this all safe and don't let anybody get anything near it. I mean, like the acrylic paint's not too bad. obviously I don't want them to get hold of any of them, obviously, but the magnets and the enamel paints and things like that. I have like loads of spirits and stuff up here. I've got isopropyl alcohol as well, which is really nasty stuff. You just have to be quite careful. And I think that until you actually have small children, these things just don't necessarily occur to you as much. So yeah, all the really nasty stuff like the chemicals and things like the isopropyl alcohol, all of that, that's out in my, I keep that in like I've got like a little studio outside, and that all lives out there. And at some point, well, eventually in the future, that will be kind of where I'm hoping because it's not finished at the moment, but that will be kind of where I start doing filming and things, working from there rather than in the house. So that, again, that makes another bit more of a barrier for them and keeping them away. And also like airbrushing as well. You have to be really careful of that because you end up with fumes and stuff. And I try to ventilate everything, and I've got there's like a double door out to the garden right next to where I'm sitting right now, so that stays open. And you know, no, lady came parents find this situation when dealing with enamel paints. Yeah, you know, this is it. It's nasty stuff. It's really horrible stuff. You don't want to be getting. You don't want a small kid getting hold of that sort of stuff. It's I think it's quite important anyway. But yeah, some other people in the comments decided to disagree with me. You know, there you go. I think you've made it when people start being unpleasant. I think that's a rite of passage, isn't it? I think. Yeah, people are strange. But yeah, you have to be careful with those sort of things. They're nasty chemicals, nasty stuff that you don't want to get. You don't want children getting hold of. But yeah, as I said, it's kind of, so as far as keeping all that sort of stuff, it's just about, I just try and keep everything at the very back of the desk, away from the edge. Nothing's ever left out. I try to I tidy the desk sort of as often as I can. Maybe at least once a week. I'll take everything off, wipe it down, clean all the paint off and whatever, and reorganize everything, put everything back. So it's all kind of, all the stuff's back at the back of the desk, all on the shelves, and it's all kind of away and tidy. And a lot of that is down to obviously wanted to keep it organized and clean and tidy, because I find I'm more motivated to sit here and work if it's tidy. If it's a complete mess, it's like I lose the motivation to do it. But also, as I said, it's kind of keeping things out of reach of kids. And all that stuff becomes less of an issue as they get older, obviously. But right now, as I said, the old two are fine. They're not going to do anything that they shouldn't be doing. But a 16-month-old baby doesn't know any better. You can also go the same route as feral paint and read out mean messages in your video. Yeah, I could try that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, maybe I'll save them, I'll screenshot them. But it's a new thing. It's a new thing. I've not experienced that yet. That's the first time it started. I've not actually had it before. Everyone up to this point has been really. It's always been really positive and nice and stuff. Same on Instagram as well. I've been doing that for a long time, and I've never had any issues with there either. So I've never had I hear like with all that sort of stuff going on, but I've never experienced it myself until now. But yeah, you have to just kind of let people get on with it. It's not worth my time. That would be right, Kegel. Plus, I find the parental quite endearing. I don't have kids yet, but it's good to see how people incorporate the hobby with family. Yeah, I mean, it's such a... The family thing is... How do I put this? It's kind of... It's a huge part of my life, obviously. Three kids, three, young children, and they take up a huge amount of time, and it's worth it. It's not. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but they're the priority all the time, and so finding time to do all of this sort of stuff this comes second, and it's it's I suppose it's slightly different because I've never really. I get the impression that a lot of people that do this sort of on YouTube and stuff, they maybe a bit younger than me, or they don't have those commitments and stuff. I'm not in a position where I can kind of make I don't know, do like videos every week, or or do this every day, or be sitting there doing I'm going to paint a 4,000 point army in a weekend, because I just there's no time. I couldn't do that. I've got too many other commitments. So fitting all of this stuff in around that is it's quite a thing, I think, anyway. It's like, but you have to find time to do things like this. You go mad otherwise. You have to find, like, you have to keep your hobbies up. You have to keep your your downtime. And this is my downtime. I don't really watch TV or anything. I used to play video games a lot. That was my thing until I got back into all of this about 5 years ago. That was my thing I used to do. I'd spend hours doing that. But yeah, I don't really do that anymore. This is what I do with my spare time. If I've got spare time where I'm not having to, not at work, I'm not being dad, or I'm not, spend time with my wife or doing whatever, then this is what I'm doing. Because I enjoy it, and it relaxes me and makes me happy. So you need those things in life. But yeah, I mean, I think incorporating this sort of, when you've got that, you've got family and kids and all of that, it's all doable. You just have to kind of just make sure you do it. Make sure you find that time for yourself and not. It's very easy to kind of have like quite a busy day and doing all of that and coming home and sorting kids out and doing all of that and then just lounging about and not actually, sitting on the sofa because you can't be bothered, which I do a lot. I do not always have the motivation to do this, but I have to push myself sometimes. But yeah, you just have to just work around it and devote a bit of time to yourself sometimes. The one thing is that I'm very lucky with all three of them, all three of my kids, is that they have always, pretty much always anyway, been pretty good at sleeping and going to bed, and we've not really had issues where, you know, they're up and down all night, you know, and it's we've never really had that, so they're usually pretty good. So for the most part, from about 8:30 onwards, usually we don't hear from them until the morning, so they're usually pretty good. But I have friends who've got kids, and they don't have that. It's kind of like, it's a real struggle. Well, not a struggle, but like, you know, they don't sleep as well when they're up in the middle of the night all the time, and no one sleeps properly and whatever. But it's good fun. It's great. When you start to see them and like growing up and whatever, and getting their own personalities and find out who they are. It's really nice. The middle one, he is, the last maybe year or so, has become completely obsessed with music, which is always something that I loved, or still do, you know, like instruments and listening to music and stuff. And he's become completely obsessed with it, and it's great because he loves all the sort of stuff that I love. And I can see him being in a band and stuff when he's older. It's great. It's really nice, like sharing my music and stuff with him. What time is it? Okay, I'm going to finish the basing. I'm going to finish this, getting this grey on here, and then I'll probably jump off because I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm quite hungry. But yeah, it's been. I know it's not the most exciting thing watching me sitting doing this, but it's nice to have a few people there to kind of just chat with and whatever. So thank you for joining me. It does make it easier. It's nice to kind of have a chat with people and stuff. And again, if you are interested, we do have that Discord as well. So I'm on there all the time, and I'm happy to have a chat on there, or if you've got any questions, or I can help you with anything, you know, painting wise or whatever. It's all there. You just come and get in touch. And I'm going to be working on another video around painting these, so there will hopefully be something up relatively soon. Do they have any comments about you being on YouTube? Do they have any comments about you being on YouTube? Oh, what, my kids, you mean? Yeah, I mean, they're aware of it. They're aware of it, but I don't think they really understand. They watch a lot of kids' YouTube because I quite like it, because it means they can't see anything they shouldn't see, and it's all kind of quite educational stuff. And there is some absolute garbage on there that they do watch sometimes, but for the most part, it's pretty good, you know. And but I don't think they really. I'm not entirely sure if they understand it. Like, I don't think they really grasp like the internet or social media and stuff. We kind of made a point of not really letting them anywhere near it, you know. I don't really want them getting. I think they're quite innocent, you know. My kids, they don't really understand a lot of this stuff. So, but Yeah, they're aware of it. They are aware of it, and they will see me filming this, or I do occasionally, which sounds awful, but I will when I put something up, I'll watch it on the TV in the living room after I've put a video up to double check that everything looks okay, you know. So I'm not sitting watching my own videos, but I will just do that, just kind of check them just to make sure, because I've had some weird things happen before where the sound's gone funny, or there's one video where there's one little section of it for whatever reason where it was upside down. Just one, I don't know, maybe a few seconds where it's been edited and clipped, and it's fine on the original one, but something to do with the upload, I don't know, it went all weird in this one bit. So anyway, so I'm rambling, but yeah, so they'll occasionally see my face or hear my voice coming out the TV and stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure they fully understand it. I saw on your page and other stuff you do. I may be able to take some paint schemes from Dark Angels. Oh, go for it. Yeah, absolutely. Please do. Yeah, use them. Use those, all those tutorials and stuff. If all that stuff's there, go for it. Use them. I love seeing them. If you are going to use any of those schemes or anything that's on there, copy anything that, you know, use those tutorials. Yeah. Take pictures, stick them on Instagram, tag me. I'd love to see them. Go for it. I always try and encourage people to do that. Yes, tag me and stuff so I can see them. It's nice to see those things getting used, you know. Right. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going. Again, I don't know how well this shows up. Does it show up very well? Again, it's not quite finished, but you're getting there. I'm going to call it a night. So thank you so much. I know I'm not the most exciting thing in the world, but thank you very much for joining me. And as I said, I will try and get some more videos up soon, and the Discord's there if you want to come and have a chat. And yeah, and have a great evening, and I'll hopefully see you all soon. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.